أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وسلم أيها المستمعون الكرام السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You're welcome back to Izahara TV weekly episode. We've been talking about the existence of God and a mystery unraveled for any mankind. So we've been able to discuss so far how the scientific and the philosophical findings about Allah has been nullified by the ayahs of the Quran. So now, in the previous episode, we highlighted that Almighty Allah can be sought by understanding that He is incomprehensible. He's not somebody you can just find easily. So now we are coming to tell us, how do you find God? So all the consensus of the ulama, the ulamas, they reached a consensus that yatafakkaruna fi khalqihi wala yatafakkaruna fi zatihi, that if you want to seek Almighty Allah, you have to reflect on His creations and His creatures, His signs and wonders. You cannot reflect on who is He, how is He, where does He live. These are the things that can actually throw you into a lot of confusions. And that's why the atheists, they believe there is no God, because they are looking for Him in person. But God is so open to you. If you are seeking God, God is so, you can see God in such a conspicuous manner. You can just look around you. وَفِي كُلِّ شَيْءٍ لَهُ حَيَةٌ تَدُلُّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّهُ وَاحِدٌ. Everything around you can actually speak about the oneness of God, only if you can reflect. So the best way to seek Allah is يَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِهِ وَلَا يَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي ذَاتِهِ. So just think and reflect about what He has created, And now, let's go to some verses of the Quran that are actually spoken about the creation of God. Let's go to Surah Al-Mulk, Quran chapter 67. Let's go from verse 3 to 4. God says, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ. God says, الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّبْعَ سَمَاوَاتِ طِبَاقًا. God says, I've created 7 heavens or 7 skies, one after the other, one above the other. That's Almighty Allah talking in the Quran, that I have created the 7 heavens, one above the other. مَا تَرَى فِي خَلْقِ الرَّحْمَنِ مِنْ تَفَاوُتٍ. Can you find any disproportions in the creation of the Almighty Allah? When you look at the 7 heavens, you can only see the one that is near to us. You can't see the one above here. But we understand there are 7 heavens. But now God says, can you find any disproportions in what He has created? Then, فَعَرِجِ الْبَصَارَ. Then Almighty Allah is speaking to us. Please, look up. Like, let me give all of us a test. Wherever you are, if you are in your room right now, or wherever you may be listening to me, if you can find a place to look at the sky, please try and let us do this practical, Let's look at this practical understanding of this ayah of the Al-Quran. Now, فَرْجِعَ الْبَصَارَ هَلْ تَرَىٰ مِنْ فُطُورٍ. Now look at the sky. Can you find any crack? Can you find any fissures, like a crack you can see that Almighty Allah says, الَّذِي رَفْعَ السَّمَاءَ بِغَيْرِ حَمَدٍ تَرَوْنَهَا, that He elevated the heaven without any pillars holding it. So you can find it, that you can't find any disproportions in the creation of the heavens. You can't find any cracks. You can't find anything. It looks so beautiful. That is how Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the heaven. And now, ثُمَّ يَرْجِعُ الْبَصَارَ كَرَّتَيْنِ. Almighty Allah continues that please let us elevate our head up the sky once again. يَنْقَلِبُ إِلَيْكَ الْبَصَرُ. Your gaze will return khasihan, dazed, wa huwa hasir, and tired. That is, if you look up the sky once again, you can only return your gaze very dazed and weakened, tired. You can't find anything. You can't see beyond what you're seeing. That's how Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the heaven. And He continues in this Surah Al-Mulk. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ. God says He has adorned the nearest sky. He has beautified it with the stars. وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ. And the purpose of these stars is to stand as missiles for the devils. They can't make the sky an abode. Because of the way God created them, they could survive in the air. And God says He made the stars as missiles for them. وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابًا سَعِيرًا. God says, for I have provided the torment of intense, punishment for them. So this is a clear understanding that, look at the way Almighty Allah has created the earth and the heaven and has beautified them accordingly. So He's definitely the best planner. Fatabarakallahu ahsan khaliqin. Now let's quickly go to this chapter of the Quran chapter 6, verse 74 to 79. It speaks about when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was finding God. Ibrahim was born into a home where they believe in idol worshipping. They were idolaters. And Ibrahim just woke up in his consciousness, in his quest to search for the knowledge of God, and found out that this cannot be the way. How do you find your God in such a manner? Because you find all these effigies called the idols. They cannot walk. They cannot do anything. They can't. So Ibrahim, in his knowledge, in his quest to find Almighty Allah, found out that it would make no sense that these things will be God. So he was seeking his God. Let's go to this chapter of the Quran chapter 6, verse 74 to 79. Why is the call? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Why the call Ibrahim li abihi? When Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam told his father Azar, that was the name of the father, Azar. How come have you taken the idols as a god? That's what common sense does it make to have these idols as a god, as gods. Inni araka wa qaumaka fi dalalin mubin. I see you and your people in a conspicuous error, in a very obvious error, that you have all strayed. So now, when Abraham was still finding God, he wanted to see Him. وَكَذَلِكَ نُورِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. That was how God showed to Ibrahim the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He showed the kingdom of the heaven and the earth to Ibrahim. وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَّ الْمُوقِنِينَ, so that he could certainly believe that God truly existed. So now, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he was seeking his God. He wanted to know God. He was so, he was so keen to learn about his creator. He now kept looking. And what he wanted, how he sought God, was he was seeking God from the creatures. فَلَّمَا جَانَ عَلَيْهِ لَيْلٌ. When the night overcame Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, when the night overcame him and he saw the darkness of the light, Roha Kaukaban, he now saw a rising star. Rohan Kaukaban, a star. And Qala Aza Rabbi, and he said, no, this should be my God. He was finding God. Night overcame him, and he saw a rising star amidst the darkness of the night. And all he could say, no, this is my God. So, Falaman Afalla, when that star wanes. When the star sets, call Allah hibul afalin. Prophet Ibrahim said, I don't like things that come and go. I don't like things that wane. So this shouldn't be my God. And he continued in his quest to know God. He saw moon. When he saw the bar zigan, when the moon was at, when it came out shining, Qala aza Rabbi, he said, this should also be my Lord. Falaman afalla, when the moon also waned, when there was no, when the moon disappeared, Qala la'in lam yahadini, he said, God, how do you guide me? How do I seek you? How do I know you? Or la akunana min qawmi dalina, so that I would not be among those that stray. So he continued. Falamon raha shamsan, he even saw sun. Bazigatan, when the sun was at its peak, when the sun came out at its very peak. Kola Azza Rabbi, he even said that this should be my Lord. Azza Akabawa, he even confirmed this seems the greatest of all I've been saying. He saw star, he saw moon, but now sun looked so big and captivating. I said, no, this should be God. Falaman afalat, when the sun set, call me, said, you my people, inni barihu mimma yushrikun, I'm free from what you associate with Almighty Allah. What I'm trying to bring to our understanding is the only way he sought Almighty Allah, he wanted to know God. He was reflecting on the creatures of Almighty Allah. He was seeing the signs and wonders, and he sought God through all the signs and wonders. So he continued, Inni wajihatu wajihiyya. So after he exhausted his thoughts on those things he saw, and he concluded that God, is too big to be coming and be going, that he understood God in that manner. So he said, Inni wajahatu wajihiyya, I seek to see the face of my Lord. The God that created the heaven and the earth, Anifan, is the one I have chosen to follow as my Lord. Wama anna min al-mushrikeen, and I'm not of the idolaters. So this is the understanding about how to seek God. Yatafakkaruna fi khalqihi. You can only seek him through his creatures, what he has created. Wallah yatafakkaruna fi satihi. But if you are so inquisitive to know, God is too big for us to be understood. For him, God is too mysterious to be understood as an entity. He's not the kind of being you can understand as Laser Kamisle Ishain. There's nothing that you can find like as a comparison to God. So if you want to seek God, you have to seek God in a way that, and in a manner that you have to understand that He is not a being like you. God cannot be compared to anything. The how He looks, what He is not what anybody can comprehend. He's an incomprehensible God. But the best way you can find Him is to you reflect on what He has created. So that is about that. Let's go to Surah Luqman and see a few verses that also, speaks about the greatness and the mightiness of Almighty Allah.